Hello there. This is Aveen, the Shamanic Energy Therapist, with your fairy messages for April 2019. I like to knock them to put the energy of the present moment, the present of where we are, putting in the energy of April 2019. So, my beautiful fairy friends, my fairy family, what messages have you got for, this is a general message for April 2019, for any of the souls who synchronized to meet my video today. If you're watching this video, this message is for you. You wouldn't be here otherwise. All coincidences are cooperative incidences. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first card is very fitting for spring babies. We have the pregnancy card, which is really lovely. It says, the birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. So the pregnancy card, of course, relates to actual birth, actual pregnancy. For those of you who are trying to conceive at this time, if you've synchronized to this video today to get this message, take it as a lovely sign that this is a great time for you to get pregnant, and that your wish will come true around conception. For those of us not looking to actually physically get pregnant at this time, this message is about rebirth. It's about new beginnings. It's the springtime energy, so it's perfectly apt. A lot of us feel more of a pep in our step with the sun coming back out and all the beautiful yellow daffodils that are all around Ireland at the moment, which are in bloom and in season, which is fantastic. So if you're looking for a fresh start, a clean, fresh slate, this is what this card is about. So when this comes up, there's fresh, new, positive energy ahead. The next card is goodbye to the old and hello to the new. So again, it's a similar theme. It seems to be when there's a very strong theme at hand at a certain time in our lives, the cards will repeat similar themes so that we really get the message. And the fairies with this card say, you finish one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. So it's about letting the old go, saying goodbye to the old, not being afraid to close the old doors on the past. Now we're finishing, this is the end of March, we're finishing our Mercury retrograde season, thank God for now. And Mercury retrograde, of course, is all about the past and ruminating, reflecting, being very sentimental, nostalgic for the past, but also bring up a lot of past pain that needs to be cleared. A lot of people with healing work I saw were regurgitating old memories, having to finally revisit and look at painful thoughts from the past, painful experiences and situations that actually they were presently bringing into their present and also into their future. Because energetically, if something is in your aura, if it's in your consciousness, it's present. Even if it happened 50 years ago, if it's in your consciousness, it's present tense, it's here, it's with you. It's your job to release that, to seek help for healing, to to hand it over to the angels, hand it over to the fairies for transmutation. So this is about, don't be afraid to close the door. Don't be afraid to walk away from something that isn't working so that you can actually walk towards something that does work and that serves you well. Next we have healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. So it's a lovely card, lovely purple, violet, pinky hues here. This card usually comes up when we are in need of healing, when we are carrying old hurt or pain, and it's important now, it's ripe and ready to be released. So if you feel that there's things that are in your thoughts, in your consciousness, in your emotional body that need to be healed and need to be released, this is the time to do it. If you don't feel that, if you're feeling quite clear and quite happy and content in yourself, the meaning of this card for you is about being a healer, being a shaman, being a teacher of spirit and source and spiritual practices. It's about being a light worker, and that doesn't necessarily mean having to go full time into that as a career or anything like that. In fact, some of the best healers are people who naturally carry a lot of light in their energy field, and just by meeting a stranger, you know, on the street or at the bus stop, or bumping into someone in the grocery store, they can say the right thing at the right time. They seem to have a way of soothing and saying kind, compassionate words. And if you're somebody who finds that you are a soother and that you do provide a lot of compassion and kindness and love towards people, it could be a call to you to say that you're going to be brought to more people, or just to be available as the healer, as the light worker, for people who may need to hear your words of support and direction and guidance. And then we have everything's okay. So if you've been really, really stressed about something, if you've been panicked about something, if you're worried about something not coming to pass that you want, perhaps you're waiting to hear about a job offer, perhaps you're waiting to buy a house and you're hoping that you'll actually your offer will be accepted or something along those lines. This is a card that's saying, relax, chill out, everything's fine, everything's unfolding exactly the way it's supposed to. It says, don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. So when this comes up, it's like you've been needlessly anxious. You've been worrying without cause, because everything is going to unfold the way it should. And I said to this man that I was working with the other night, I said, it's very important that you remember, he was talking about being worried about one of his loved ones. And I was reminding him that worry is a form of prayer for what you don't want. Worry is, it's a way of praying towards the undesired outcome. So be very careful where you put your worrisome thoughts. In fact, if you can, try to release all worry. And every time you have an anxious thought, just hand it back to the fairies, hand it back to the angels, hand it back to God. Just remind yourself that worry is just breathing energy into something that you do not want to experience. And, you know, why would you do that? Why would you ruin the beautiful outcome, the positive reality that you really want to have, when you can channel the same energy you put into worry? You could actually channel that into something that you do want and that you do care about, and that actually is a preferred, chosen experience. So remember that every time you worry, every time you're anxious, take back your power and remind yourself, I have control here. I can choose what I do with this, and I do not have to feed this energy. Okay, so there's your little fairy guidance, bit of direction, and little messages from the beautiful elemental kingdom. I'd like to say thank you to my fairy family for this message. Is there anything else I feel I want to say? Just that I know this Mercury retrograde has been tumultuous for most of us. It was, definitely a roller coaster. However, as it's coming to an end, I can feel the benefits of it. I can see how it kind of really brought us in to do the extra work that we needed to do. It encouraged us to go deeper into our healing, into our understanding of ourselves. And for me, I can really feel that it's like opening a new book in my life right now. It's like, okay, this is a new book. This is a new theme. This is new terrain. This is new ground. And that's okay. I'm actually excited now. I'm actually embracing it. Do expect a lovely blast of energy as we go into April. So within the next week, you're going to see a blast of more balanced, calmer energies, which will be lovely. If there's anything that you haven't sorted out or cleansed through the Mercury retrograde, you might find at the end there's a sudden kind of exaggeration of the last of those retrograde energies. Don't worry, just go with the flow, allow the cleansing to happen, but most of all, look forward to the lovely April, spring energies that will rejuvenate us and allow us to kind of finally get things moving again and get things up and running and moving forward. Okay, so I wish you spring blessings. Namaste.